So just take a really nice big deep breath in and let it out. And take another really nice big deep breath in. And as you do, just close your eyes and just be as comfortable as you want to be. Just settle yourself down into wherever you're sitting or lying. Just scooch yourself right down. And as you do, take another really nice big deep breath in and let it out slowly. And as you do, just see if you can scooch right down into wherever you're sitting or lying, getting yourself really comfy, just appreciating the softness of wherever you're lying, and maybe the warmth of the blanket or maybe the warmth of the room. This is your time now. Nobody wanting anything and nobody expecting anything, and absolutely nothing whatsoever to do, except just breathing in and out, and just for a moment concentrating on your breathing. And as you think about your breathing, I'd like you to imagine that you could look up into the night sky on a warm summer's night and focus on one tiny star amongst the millions that are there. Focusing on just one tiny single pinpoint of light in the velvety darkness of the night sky. And wondering perhaps how long that single pinpoint of light has been twinkling there. Twinkling steadily in that velvety darkness. And noticing that you're already becoming more relaxed. Maybe directing your thoughts lazily to the top of your head and thinking about those little muscles in your scalp and maybe the skin of your scalp, and just allowing them to let go. Because you know, many people don't realise that tension often starts in the little muscles of the scalp. And it might be that you could be aware of each hair follicle relaxing. Or maybe just a sensation that the muscles and the skin of your scalp become somehow more at ease. And now all the muscles of your skin, all the muscles in your face, just let them let go. Slack, expressionless, as expressionless as you can possibly imagine. And the skin of your forehead and the muscles all around your eyes and your eyelids, just let them relax. And your cheeks and your mouth and your jaw, all becoming expressionless. It's a wonderful feeling when you can let your face totally relax, because you can actually feel the skin settling and smoothing out. And you know, this might mean that your mouth just falls open slightly. But you know, whatever's best for you, just let it happen. Relax your teeth and your tongue now. Go ahead, let that jaw totally go slack. Really relaxing your jaw, and then letting the muscles of your neck and your shoulders relax just as much as your jaw. Let them just drop down into the comfort and the softness of wherever you're lying. Let that relaxation flow all the way down through your arms, letting the tensions drain away down as you think on down through into your wrists and your hands, way down to the very tips of your fingers and the tips of your thumbs. Just letting those muscles let go, relax. And it might be that you've forgotten to think about your breathing, and that's okay. Because if you want to, you can just start thinking about your breathing. But it might be that you simply can't be bothered to even think about anything right now. As you let all of that stress just drain away through the chest area, flowing down through into the stomach area, letting those stomach muscles go now. Go on, just let them go. And then think on down through your legs, down through your thigh muscles and your knees, down through into your shins and calves, and right out through your feet. A beautiful, comforting, unidirectional flow from the top of your head all the way down through and right out through your toes. And you could even imagine that beautiful starlight is flowing down through those millions of years, flowing all the way through to greet you, to meet you, to flow through. And when you think about that star, and you think about how it was created, when it was created, how many millions of years ago that star, the light that you are now looking at, that beautiful single pinpoint of light, when that star was made, so very long ago, maybe before people even walked on the earth, this star was created. Maybe even before Earth was created, this beautiful planet. And as you think about that star, if you could use your imagination, and if your imagination was an energy, you could imagine that energy that is you flowing out towards that star, just flowing gently out of your body, still attached by a silver thread, so that you can come back into your body when you're ready, but you could let your body just sleep and allow your imagination to flow up into that velvety darkness, up into the sky, through the atmosphere and the stratosphere, and still your imagination flows onwards. Because one would never know what imagination could possibly be. And your imagination can be whatever you imagine it to be. And so you could flow onwards, higher and higher, faster and faster. And as you flow out into the universe and flow onwards, and so you see before you the different dimensions of the multiverse, and that amazing, incredible and beautiful, quite astounding reality that science is now discovering more and more of. All the different universes, the different solar systems, out through all the different dimensions. And you wonder at the theory of parallel universes. So many different universes, all creating different possibilities, different life forms. And when you think about that amazing, incredible, beautiful possibility, you realise that you are part of this reality, a reality that is way more incredible than maybe even scientists have already discovered. And that if you are part of this beautiful, incredible universe, even possible parallel universes, you realise that the experience of the life that you are living on some level is absolutely as it should be. We could ask ourselves, what if I am absolutely perfect just the way I am? And as you look at this beautiful, incredible universe, the one that we currently live in, can you think about the possibilities of other parallel universes, of other different dimensions? How many different life forms are currently experiencing so many different possibilities, infinite possibilities? You realise and recognise that if you could always be as relaxed as you are at this very moment, it's probable that you would soon find that nothing caused you stress, because you could take everything in your stride, easily dealing with whatever issues arise, and discovering the magical way that you could let those things become a thing of the past as soon as you dealt with them successfully. And here's something interesting for you to think about. If I talk about now, then that moment of now is out of date as soon as I say it now. Just as every moment of now is out of date the second you hear it. The moment of now that was then when you started thinking about now is out of date before that moment of now then. And when you think about those moments of now that were then, it seems a shame to let those moments of then affect the moment of now. Because sometimes we have difficulty in recognising that what was now once is now then, and therefore no longer valid as now, because it can't be changed. Because a moment of then is now what it is, and so therefore it's past. And when you think about those beautiful universes that could possibly be in existence, you think about how scientists are now discovering so many amazing things about the universe that once we didn't know. You realise that what you once may have believed about yourself was just a moment of then, and so far just doesn't need to exist in the moment of now. when you think about what scientists used to believe, because that was the information that they had then. For instance, scientists once believed that the world was flat. They had great maps drawn of this flat Earth. In their amazing medical knowledge that they had, and the scientific knowledge that they had at the time, they created beliefs that they called truth. And yet, as the centuries passed and science learned more and more, what was once considered truth, it was then discovered, was not actually truth at all. It was just belief. And so it is with us, all of us. When we're children, we create a belief about ourselves based on the information that we have at the time. And as we get older, we get given more information that tells us that the beliefs that we created when we were children actually weren't true. They weren't right. They were just beliefs that we had created at the time, and now that we are older, we can understand that those beliefs that were created when we were children, actually, we can let them go. And we can create new beliefs about ourselves. So it might be that you could think of a belief that you created when you were a child and realize that you made that belief given the information that you had at the time and the level of understanding of the situation that you had at the time. And now that you're older, just like modern day science, compared to science of hundreds of years ago, just like modern day scientists, you have information that you previously were not privy to. And so now you can create a new belief. So if there is a belief that you made as a child that somehow is not sitting correctly with you, maybe it's time to look at that belief and say, that's the belief that I created when I was a child, but I don't need to believe that anymore. And so when you think of science now, and you think of how they are now discovering new universes, how they are discovering new dimensions, and you think of hundreds of years ago when they believed that the earth was flat and it was the centre of the universe, you can understand that what you may have once believed as a child, you no longer have to accept as truth. And as an adult, you can use the knowledge that you now have to reassess that old belief, just as scientists do, continually reassessing an old belief, giving new information and changing the outcome. Now, if you're listening to this at your sleep time, just allow yourself to fall asleep. And if you're listening to this at any other time, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And you can allow yourself and your imagination to flow back along that silver thread back into your body. And as you flow back past those solar systems, those dimensions, those parallel universes, and see that beautiful blue and white globe that we call Earth. You can understand that just like science, you have an opportunity to take new information and reassess a belief that you created as a child. 1, knowing that everything that's been said today has gone deep into the subconscious. 2, and all this information will flow through in your sleep and you'll wake up in the morning feeling really good. 3, taking a nice big deep breath in now. 4, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And 5, open your eyes, understanding that what you once believed because of the information you had at the time, that belief has opportunity to be reassessed, released, rewritten,